So have you ever paid for something and then when you get home you remember that you left it at the store? And then when you think, let me go back and pick it up, you're like, boy, it's just so far away and I can't be bothered. Well, that's how most Jamaicans feel every month after they pay their National Housing Trust, knowing full well that they're paying for this thing, but that the opportunity or even trying to access a loan from the NHT or even an NHT home, they just can't be bothered. Because by the time they overcome certainly all the hurdles to get something from the NHT, them both broke and them tired.
How about we scream the people and enjoy the money?
You can't make me shut up my mouth. And TT, the truth is, the party is gone. And I don't know what it will take to resurrect it.
They say man just hold it and say Andrew Holness badness. How in a area? How again down in a Europe?
Oh my God.
Now welcome back to another Exclusive for Live. Now blessing goes out to all my viewers and all my subbies, all my well wishers. Like, share and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Coming up in today's topic and review.
I swear you would. That's why I got me live, On the top of the screen for me there. Top of the screen for me there, people. Top of the screen for me there. I watch it this place in the bus. Top of the screen there, people. Top of the screen there, people. 5,000 can't move. 5,000 can't move now. How about we scream the people and enjoy the money? Hear him.
No. Watch this, man. The X-Adapts represent for Exclusive.
Now I just want to say blessing my viewers and my subscribers, and may I say thanks for tuning in to another exclusive for a topic discussion and review. Because I tell you said today's Monday start of the week broadcast is not normal. Because as you can see, the Labour Party is a disgrace to themselves. And clearly, Mr. 28 is fully accountable for these kind of behaviors. Because I would thought that paying people to attend political conference is illegal and no government should be buying people votes. Now clearly from this clip presented right here, you can see the big war we broke out between the Labour right supporters them and the boss them over the sharing of the money. That money I say $5,000 not good for me. I want to know, say me a top dots for the party. I want to know. And more than 5 me I forget. You understand? So clearly it's fair to say the Labour right supporters them not value themselves. Them only value $5,000.
Scream for me the people. Top of the screen for me there. I watch it this place in the bus. Top of the screen the people. Top of the screen the people. 5,000 can't move. 5,000 can't move now. How about we scream the people and enjoy the money? Hear him. Watch him. Watch him. Nonsense, man. How long if you go on, everybody go on the bus and then the money share out. But nobody has mega hear somebody say one thing cause mega jump up and start custom the whole place. I know so it work.
But you know what, people? I don't blame them. Because may I tell you, if you don't know, you know how much PNP supporters me spotted at the crowd there. Them just put on them green, and just because them know it's a free money I give it, them just go collect. And I don't blame them. Because if Mr. 28 have the money for give away, why not take it? Because it still not help you. Because your overall performance as leader of the country, you have failed the nation miserably. Now I don't know how some Labourite can brag and boast say this 81st Labourite conference was a success. Anytime you have the government pay the people them for come out for them support, you also have this next clip where I play for the look here so. I never see conference yet where people go and a gamble, them a gamble. Me check say them go for listen to what the Prime Minister have to say. But the conference was just the same old thing. Where number 28 kill the people them with promises and things that he should have already delivered. Him a talk about, him a go do it now. Now him a go cut, him say him a cut electric price, must say in half. And just be promises as usual. The people them just hungry and just a scrape for whatever little much them can get from the Labour government. But when election time come, I go say this party are the worst party ever in the history of Jamaica. Listen to what go on.
There's more about that if you are coming in the corner, I'm gonna wheel that.
They say man just hold it and say Andrew Holness badness. How in a year how again down in a
And by the way, the first one come like I tell him, I tell you, so when you play this in him, why the man take off them. That's when him say about Andrew Holness badness.
Because him look as if he play scary enough.
Him lick one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
lick one, every gun start come off a waist and wait there in a bag or wait there. In a hand it there now. All I did bite them and hurt you behind people.
clock it down in a crowd.
Yeah, gun in a hand, my friend.
Jaja.
After the conference, the Labourite them gone out there and a fire beer gunshot. And remember, you know, after them conference, you know, there is no PNP there, you know, so because I understand how the Labourite is so unruly. But it's because the leader is unruly. Because him just try bully feed way through everything. You understand? And that is why the supporters are like that. Papa Jesus, what a disgraceful party. Now my viewers, as I said, the Labourite them going around and making all this excitement. But as you can see, a lot of the people weren't even interested in what the Prime Minister number 28 was saying, because it's just the same old promises. Now I'm going to run through some of the promises that he's making to the people them. And showing and say, this man, you know, him not have no sense. Because what the promises them that he's making to the people them are things that should have been delivered to the people them from in your first term. And now you're there for your second term and you want to go in a third term and you promise the people them say this year go do for win them vote. Brother, come better on that, man. Me say come better on that. Now me going to run through this article so you hear some of the promises them. On Sunday, November the 24th, inside the National Arena in Kingston and St. Andrew, the leader of Jamaica, Dr. number 28, made several announcements and promises. His speech on the electrical issue many Jamaicans are facing was one of his highlight of the conference. You hear that? His highlight of the conference is of electric. As it relates to transport, on social media, Holness stated, we are deploying 100 new buses in rural areas to ensure students can travel more affordable and efficiently. He goes on to say, your government is taking decisive actions to reduce transportation costs for all students. Yeah? Alright, let's continue. Him say, we are deploying 100 new buses in rural areas to ensure students can travel more affordable and efficiently. 12 new buses have been added to the Montego Bay Metro, directly benefiting 6,000 students. By mid next year, we will further expand with 100 additional CNG buses, continuing our commitment to reliable, cost-effective and sustainable transportation for our people. See, that's a promise, you know. That is in next year, mid next year. Me no feel I go in power until mid next year, no brother, with them policy where you come with, you know. You try know that. Cause once December the 6th come and the Supreme Court rule against you, you have to go step down. Cause you now corrupt the Supreme Court of Jamaica. May I tell you that? Let me read on. As per Holiness, over 290k Jamaicans have benefited from the reserve income tax credit as it relates to those who are in disarrears with the National Water Commission, NWC. Holiness promised discount for some debits. He also announced that some debits will totally be written off. So you see him totally just show the people them say he's a corrupt man. Because a lot of these people for years don't have water in them pipe and them affair buy water from water truck. You understand? So what about them people? No, you come and sell yourself to the people them, but you go write off all of them debts and all of these kind of things. You just trying to sell yourself to try buy the people them, but me gonna show you. Say nothing you can do right now can save you. He must say good news. Pensioners and vulnerable Jamaicans disconnected from NWC for over 2 years. What a shame. 2 years the people them sitting disconnected. So why now after the sudden you want to come do it? So the people them suffer 2 years, but you know say within 9 months of election, now you want connect back them water and write off them debts. Yeah? You take the people them for fool. Hear him now. We are making sure no one is left behind. Access to water is essential. So you just know that? How many people, how many time here people are ball for water? How many people say, areas say, the pump, when they tell them say the pump now work because when they shut off the pump them and having the water truck and sell the people them water. Only is said to yourself and then now, you come show the people them that you could have done this to them all along. But you want them vote now. You promise them say you go do it. Eh? You promise the people them say you go do it. Forget them vote. I'm guarantee it if the people them vote for you, them now get this a promise where you promise. Cause promise is a comfort to a fool. Let's read on some more of him promises them. Cause I never see a man full of promises, so. You are the government of promises. He went on to declare that the General Consumption Tax, GCT, that is currently on electricity will be cut in almost half from 15% to 7% next year. Next year? Why you never done that all along? And why it have to be like your main speech at the conference? You can't come with something else. Because play your speech where you say 8 years ago, you know, when they did go in, you know, but you get them the big power plant, you know, and people are going to pay cheap electricity, you know. And now we not see that, you know. You see me I say, so don't come with your arms out. It not working. Him say, the changes are scheduled to take effect after the next budget, which is to be approved by March 2025. So you say all along, you know, this man could have done so much for the Jamaican people, them, you know, but him don't do it, you know. But just through election, you the card, you see where him come with? We care about your electricity. Everybody complains about their electricity bill. It is essential that only 77% of Jamaicans also can afford to pay their electric bill, said Holiness. Ain't that a shame, eh? And you're in government for almost 9 years ago, 10 years now. The government will reduce GCT on electricity from 15%, which is now, to 7%, he said before, detailing that he turned up the annual press conference for business before announcing several upgrades and future upgrades that will be made to the system to better suit the customers. One of many improvements include time of day pricing, an initiative that is expected to make customers economize the use of electricity using energy less during peak hours, which will also be good for the grid. He concluded his speech on electricity by saying, "We will reduce the tax burden on electric and we will improve the efficiency of electricity sector. We will reduce the cost of living to you that electricity pose, and we will increase our growth prospect by having more efficient electric grill, thereby increasing our prospect for growing the economy." Now, if the laborers them contented with these promises, simple things, things that are standard, things that should be essential, things that was at his forefront of his campaign in time him a go into power. It now we know him a promise to do it and say this is a new chapter. This man is sick. This man is delusional. This man is crazy. As I keep telling you. You understand? Now, me go show you some proof, because here we have a JLP councillor who is a strong supporter of the JLP party, letting them know that right now the party is going down and she don't know what to do to resurrect the party. Now, this voice note of this councillor was released by none other than Cliff Hughes. So, me go make una listen to that.
Rosalie Hamilton, popularly called Rosie Hamilton, from the Raytown Division in Central Kingston, with a message for her party. Very graphic, very urgent. She says the party's gone. Gone. That may or may not be true. But the point is, this is a warning from within. A warning from within.
You can't make me shut up my mouth. And TC, the truth is, the party is gone. And I don't know what it will take to resurrect it. The truth is, the party is gone. And I don't know what it will take to resurrect it.
A message for her party. Very graphic, very urgent. She says the party's gone. Gone. That may or may not be true. But the point is, this is a warning from within. A warning from within.
You can't make me shut up.
So, the JLP councillor for the Raytown Division in Central Kingston, Rosie Hamilton, is ringing the bell this morning, saying to her leaders, her members of parliament, her party, that they need to stop disrespecting their people at the constituency level. She said she has been talking about this for a number of years, and she posted this voice note in the group, which has now emerged in the public square. According to Councillor Hamilton, her member of parliament for Central Kingston, Delroy Williams, the JLP deputy leader and MP for West Kingston, Desmond McKenzie, and Councillor Winston Ennis, are failing to address pressing issues regarding MPs in several constituencies. This is what she said.
You can't make me shut up my mouth. And TC, the truth is, the party is gone. And I don't know what it will take to resurrect it.
Also, we have Lisa Anna. I explained to the nation in full details how Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party are a wicked set of government. And you have to listen, because she speak on the National Housing Trust of Jamaica. And she only thing I know say I brave. I may have to read to some of the comments from some of the people them after they listen to what Miss Lisa Anna was saying about the NHT. Now sometimes you ask yourself with a ear, number 28 make some talk and he must say, well, the opposition leader, they don't know how we making all these money. But him never know say, anything that the dark must come to light, because Mr. Lisa Anna shed light on how the executive them we are run the NHT, how they just getting rich off poor people where I throw them NHT. This is wickedness beyond wickedness. Jesus, Poopa Jesus. You have to listen to this.
So have you ever paid for something and then when you get home, you remember that you left it at the store? And then when you think, let me go back and pick it up, you're like, boy, it's just so far away and I can't be bothered. Well, that's how most Jamaicans feel every month after they pay their National Housing Trust, knowing full well that they're paying for this thing, but that the opportunity or even trying to access a loan from the NHT or even an NHT home is they just can't be bothered. Because by the time they overcome certainly all the hurdles to get something from the NHT, them both broke and them tired.
Now, my viewers, there were some very interested comments underneath Lisa Anna's post. I'm going to run through a few of them with you as she present this broadcast, as in a listen to it, because this is so interested on the need for share it so that every Jamaican can get the message, because every Jamaican deserve for have a home. And me know say ain't nothing to like a Jamaican for know say them have them own home. But it cannot be possible underneath number 28 management. I want to listen to what Lisa Anna is saying. Now let me read this comment for you, cause this comment is so for real. This young lady said, she's not even young because she's 43, I go 45. She said, I listened to this clip with tears in my eyes, literally. This is such a sad reality and I have long given up. My husband and I have literally applied for every single solution advertised by NHT since 2008. And now at age 43 to 45, we are still paying rent. We are not worthless. We work super hard. We just don't have the resource to acquire something on the open market, and still nowhere to place my family, comprising of us and our 3 beautiful offspring. Every word Lisa have said is true and just simple, sad and shameful. No more want him to send this to Bro God, cause I want him to challenge Lisa Anna, cause she calls some name, as some executive where I get some serious money, every year, for poor people, Poor Jesus.
So earlier this year, I wrote an article on the National Housing Trust entitled Building Cash, Not Housing, which discussed the basis of the NHT's inadequate performance. Yeah, inadequate, and I'm going to step on some corns here, but it's fine. So simply put, the mandate of the National Housing Trust was established in 1976, and it was a brilliant idea by then Prime Minister Michael Manley to provide affordable housing to most of our populace. And funding this entity came from a 2% tax from Jamaican employees and a 3% tax from every Jamaican employer. But nearly 50 years later, the data that I've looked through suggests that the NHT has been quite inefficient and ineffective in delivering its mandate. And I want you to stay with me because I'm going to quote some statistics and you need to just pay attention. Now, according to the Ministry of Finance and Planning, for the financial year ending 2024, the NHT collected in income Jamaican $43 billion in income. Yeah, that's what it collected in income. And here's what they spent in their operating expenses. They spent close to $13 billion, actually $12.946 billion in operating the entity. Now, these figures are shocking, and when I saw them, it blew my mind. as the average number of housing completions by the National Housing Trust from 2018 to 2022 is only 2,157 per annum annually. And you can check the Economic and Social Survey of Jamaica for 2022 to see some of those stats further. Included in these figures that I looked at, the housing, NHT says, yeah, it does some housing completions, and those were what they did in 2022. But they do other things like build on your own land, lot solutions they talk about, guaranteed purchase programs, they do individual loan solutions, they do joint ventures, and they do NHT project solutions. But what is clear is that not all of these solutions stated by them are actually livable, finished dwellings. Moreover, based on the administrative costs, you see, when a homeowner even gets a mortgage loan of approximately $12 million from the NHT, half of the money comprises the organization administrative costs. That's about 50% of that money when you aggregate everything. Now, when you look at the NHT's accounts, they generated a surplus of $21.8 billion for the financial year 2023-2024. Now, with an employed labor force in Jamaica of about 1.27 million people, the NHT is delivering less than 0.18% of houses or housing completions for our working population. 0.18% of houses or housing completions. So the truth is, instead of building houses for our people, the NHT is actually taking a percentage of workers' and employers' salaries to build cash in the bank. And this approach by the NHT is untenable and contrary to its original mission. Yet each year, they embark on what I call a promotional display of misinformation, because they reported to Parliament earlier this year that they intend to start about 15,000 new housing solutions for this financial year. And when I heard it, when I read it, I said, this must be imagined. Because in the same report that they say this, they reported that they delivered only 1,627 solutions for 2023, and they've never exceeded 2,700 solutions annually since 2018. And go and check the Jamaica Public Bodies report of 2024 to 2025 to see that information. And I should also mention that these small, unimpressive deliverable statistics come with NHT executives making substantial salaries. Over 13 of their executives are earning above $16 million in annual salaries. The managing director is earning $34.2 million. The finance director, $22 million. The construction and development director, $21.6 million. The corporate services person is earning $22.1 million. The SGM, customer relations person, is $22.79 million. And the GM for the company secretariat is $19.4 million. And you can just pull up the National Housing Trust 2023 annual report to look at those salary structures. So the executive salaries alone by these executives represent over $122,000 per unit they delivered on average from 2018 to 2022, and over $161,000 per unit for the 1,627 they reported to deliver in the last financial year. Now, it blows my mind because I say, well, other countries, their national social housing programs actually, give their people houses. And it's a far more effective program that they have. And I know people don't like when you use Singapore as a basis point for judging Jamaica, but let me use them, and here's why. They have a vision because they say owning a home is a public housing is a right for every one of their citizens. It's enshrined in their policy. And so for their population of 5.6 million in Singapore, their social housing has delivered over 1 million units spread across close to 25 towns and 3 estates, giving a home to over 80% of Singapore's resident population. Because their government says, look, we have a mandate because it is the right of their citizens to own somewhere and to have a roof over their head, and it is their mandate in to provide housing, and they look at the whole spectrum of needs for the optimal living of their citizen, including the environment, including the continual process to create an innovative and sustainable community or communities, and it's an ongoing process for them. And you know, when I looked at the public housing board reports of Singapore, I want us to start paying attention this way, right? Because nothing creates more value in an economy than agriculture and construction. And you know, this is what I believe. So in addition to providing much needed housing and improving the dignity of home ownerships, it would grow the economy and give all Jamaicans a sense of peace. Because guess what? You see, when a Jamaican owns somewhere, they can pass it down to the generations coming behind them. There's nothing better than someone knowing and having peace of mind that they have a roof over their head, that they can turn their own key because they own it. And let me tell you something, it is your mandate to make sure that every single Jamaican who pays their National Housing Trust actually has somewhere. You should be out there tapping into every Jamaican and saying, come and let me show you how you can own somewhere. That's your mandate, NHT. That's what we pay you to do. That is why it is young people who are trying to own a home, domestic helpers who throw them little money once a week, right? Their employees might not pay for it for them, but they do it. And them can't own somewhere in this day and age. And you have all of these special programs. I've met too many people who tell me all the different things that they have to go through. You shouldn't be operating like a commercial bank. That's not your mandate. Your mandate is a national social housing program, but you've lost the way. And so I'm hoping that you will find, the NHT will find this moment to start listening again, acting with courage to do things differently. And yeah, if you want to go back and read some of the articles that I've written on housing and given solutions, do that. You can click the link. I've been writing them for over 3 years. But I want the NHT to hear what I'm saying. Because the time is now. You have too many Jamaicans that are there that cannot afford homes. And it is your mandate, not private contractors. It is your mandate to make sure that they can own a home. That's what you were established to do in 1976. And so I look forward to more housing completions by you, not starts, for this financial year.
Yeah.